What is going on, guys? Sageartz here, back for another Chainsaw Man video. So the Chainsaw Man anime has had one of its best episodes yet this week, and with the controversy surrounding the show since its initial anime release, with comments such as it being overrated, having terrible CGI, being slow to pick up with the story, or just seeming like the content is 100% being directed towards a degenerate, horny youth audience and has no substance, I wanted to make this video discussing the inevitable rise of Chainsaw Man, and how this latest episode was just a small glimpse into the successful future for the series. So today we have a bit of a 2-in-1. Now, of course, with every negative take, or I guess it's more accurate to say controversial take, since at the end of the day everyone's allowed their own opinions and deserves to feel however they feel towards the series, with people respecting that, because let's be honest, if you're losing sleep or slamming deaths over others' opinions just because they don't coincide with your own, there might be a deeper rooted issue, especially if it doesn't affect you in any way. But for every piece of controversy that's arisen with the Chainsaw Man anime so far, there's definitely been positives to balance it out. Chainsaw Man has been ranked within the top 2 on AniTrend for the first 4 weeks of the full anime season, and has an 8.9 rating on My Anime List, taking the second place spot just behind Bleach for currently airing anime. So it seems that a lot of people are taking well to the series and are enjoying it so far. Alongside the anime adaptation, Chainsaw Man's manga picked up a few months back with its part 2 continuation, and no spoilers, but the story is about to take a big turn, so fans of the series are hyped and ready to see what will transpire in the upcoming chapters. And obviously the so-called controversial takes I mentioned earlier surrounding the series didn't just spawn out of thin air, for the most part anyway. And this is because before its anime adaptation, Chainsaw Man was an already successful manga, winning awards and making big waves within the community, and it recently reached 18 million copies in circulation as of last month, so to say its anticipation was high is an understatement. And given the care and effort poured into its production, you can see Mappa has high hopes for Chainsaw Man as being one of the next big shonen animes. I mean, I'd say I'm somewhat of a veteran in these anime streets, but I've personally never seen a show do 12 individual endings before for the first season of a series, especially to this degree. And the staff on the project is like the Avengers, they have some real powerhouses behind it. And I feel like the quality and potential quality of the series is becoming more and more apparent as the episodes go on. But given the situation, naturally people's grievances become very visible, and pairing that alongside the hope and hype from its already established fanbase, you have a lot of back and forth. But with the 5th episode of Chainsaw Man, things are officially starting to set into place and the real show is about to begin, as the foundation for the story is being laid out. So following Denji receiving his reward for saving Power and Miaoi from the Bat Devil and Aki's wrath, he realizes that this dream of his wasn't all he expected it to be. And honestly, the realization of this is taking a major toll on him. He can't even sleep or work without it being on his mind, and keep in mind last episode he was literally fighting tooth and nail for this dream of his, just for it not to be what he expected. And I'm sure we can all relate to this experience somehow.
俺はずっと追いかけていたもんをやっと掴んだんです。でもいざ掴んでみるとそんなもんは俺が思っていたより大したことなくて。
But noticing that Denji's down in the dumps and not his regular upbeat self, Makima asks him what's on his mind, and honestly speaking, the way she turned this whole situation upside down is actually somewhat frightening. Like, some women just have that effect, man. But the lead on here is absolutely crazy. She basically tells Denji that naughty things feel better the more you know your partner, and she literally had him shaking and blown back from her demonstration. And just before they touch lips, she backs out.
Everybody gonna react to this shit. Everybody gonna react to this shit. It's over. It's over.
Which then leads into her request she had for Denji to kill the infamous Gun Devil, and if he's successful, then she will grant him any one wish. But pretty much the info we gain is that the Gun Devil appeared 13 years ago in the USA, and they got busy. The Gun Devil claimed over 1 million lives within the span of 5 minutes by hitting various countries, and disappeared just as fast as it came. Like, it honestly put in so much work, I don't even think you can assign it a kill streak for how many people it killed. But on a serious note, this devil is pure bad news, which is why Makima even offered Denji such an open reward if he could succeed in taking it down. And remember how in episode 2 Aki reprimanded Denji for not taking the job seriously and mentioned how he watched his family get killed right in front of his eyes? Yeah, that was the Gun Devil's work. We see a young Aki with his family, and while he was out playing catch with his sickly younger brother, he tells his brother Tayo to go inside to get some gloves so they can keep playing and he won't catch cold. But as soon as his younger brother passes the threshold and enters the house, the Gun Devil's attack decimates the house and all within it. And the animation for this scene in the episode was really movie-like. I personally do think the impact from the Gun Devil's blast could have been a bit better, but they did adapt this part of Aki's backstory really well. So due to the Gun Devil massacre 13 years ago, the world enforced major gun laws to try and weaken the Gun Devil, because after this attack the overall power of devils increased due to the fear massed worldwide from this one event. Because remember, fear strengthens devils. However, after receiving motivation from Makima, Denji's on his Superman shit. He's automatically ready to take down the Gun Devil despite hearing of how powerful it is, and we learned that the way to track the Gun Devil down is through his flesh pieces, since they attract one another almost like a magnet. So by collecting as many as they can, they would be able to find the actual body of the Gun Devil wherever it's hiding. And in addition to this, I should also mention that devils that eat the Gun Devil's flesh can also increase their overall power due to how strong the Gun Devil is. However, with this foundation being laid out for the story to progress, we enter our first mission with the new Experimental Special Division 4 squad, who's been tasked with killing a devil hiding out in a hotel. So finally, we've been introduced to our squad made up of Aki, Himeno, Denji, Power, Kobeni and Arai. And immediately you can tell all these guys are crazy to a degree, which definitely makes for a fun atmosphere. So after Denji complains that he wants a reward for being plunged straight into work after literally fighting the Bat Devil and almost being killed days prior, Himeno offers the reward of a kiss on the cheek to whoever can take down the devil in the hotel. And at first Denji isn't satisfied with the reward, and I really don't blame him. Remember, this is a teenager who is literally learning how the world works in front of our eyes after the disappointment of touching Power's boobs and learning from Makima's demonstration that sexual stuff is way more stimulating the more you know a person. Our boy isn't going outside anymore, especially for a mere kiss on the cheek. But a kiss with tongue? So after we enter the hotel and get a brief breakdown from Himeno on the two other rookies, Kobeni and Arai, we transition into a cemetery for devil hunters, and the amount of gravestones in this place, you couldn't get me to work for this organization for any type of money or motivation outside of revenge. Which we know is the case with Aki, but it's too early to say for Himeno, who at the time of meeting Aki was on her 6th partner as a devil hunter, which just goes to show how truly gruesome of a job this is. But back on the topic of the mission, as our group progresses further and further into the hotel, Himeno warns the group that a devil is incoming. And I honestly don't want to laugh, but what the fuck is this thing, man? I honestly have to give it to Chainsaw Man when it comes to making the most disgusting, ugly, or just straight up disturbing devil designs. They got it, man, because I wouldn't even want to touch this thing with my bare hands. But in the process of killing this devil, we get a review on Himeno's powers and how it works. So she basically has a contract with the Ghost Devil, and in exchange for feeding the Ghost Devil her right eye, she can use his arm in battle, and I'm just gonna say it's straight up overpowered. The Ghost Devil's arm is intangible and invisible, meaning you can't see or predict its attack. And even after you've been hit with it, you wouldn't be able to stop it anyway, since you can't physically touch it. And going off of how Power was a victim to this technique, you can tell it's a pain to deal with. But with Himeno's powers being on display, we now know to a degree the capabilities of 4 out of our 6 squad members. Denji with the chainsaws, Power with the blood manipulation, Aki with his Fox Devil contract, and Himeno with her Ghost Devil contract. So we've got a pretty promising bunch. And we obviously learned from Himeno that Kobeni is capable but lacks confidence, and Arai makes up for his shortcomings with his determination. But will all their skills be enough given the dilemma we face at the end of the episode, as our new squad seems to be trapped on the 8th floor of the hotel? Well, I guess we just have to find out next time. Chainsaw Man is only just getting started, and with that being said, this arc we are entering will really be his first demonstration of the quality the story has to offer. And I definitely enjoyed today's episode, but what did you guys think? And with that being said, we come to the end of the video. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more Chainsaw Man content, and you can also check out some of the Chainsaw Man videos I already have on the channel. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.